This past week, there were some exciting matchups around St. Johns County. The Hawks and the Falcons finally collided at Bartram High School. PVA and Swiss Point were looking for their first wins. The Flyers were taking on the defending middle school champions, the Landrum Lions, and a ton of high school action. Stay tuned. The 320-81 Scoreboard Show is next.
It's time for the 32081 Scoreboard Show. Let's recap the latest weekly scores and highlights from around the county.
Hello, I'm Todd, and welcome to the 320-81 Scoreboard Show. We have a lot to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. First up, the Valley Ridge Hawks and Freedom Crossing Falcons, two teams everyone is closely watching in the Academy Division, clashed at Bartram Trail High School. Let's go to our Hawks sideline reporter, Tiffany, for the update.
This is Tiffany reporting from the Bartram Trails High School football field. We knew coming in this was really going to be a tough test for the Hawks. The defense took the field and made Freedom drive the field for their first touchdown. The Hawks answered immediately with a 75-yard kickoff return by Luke Hallett. After the 2-point conversion by Alexander Winkles, the Hawks took an 8-6 lead. To the Hawks' surprise, Freedom Crossing answered back with a long touchdown run. But with a good rushing attack from the Hawks, they were able to finish it off with a touchdown pass from Aiden Pfeiffer to Luke Hallett in the corner end zone. The second half started off rough after losing their starting running back, Alexander Winkles, to an injury. They then put the ball in the hands of Chase Bogle on the O-line, who really ran the ball hard. The Hawks tried to throw a screen to Bogle, but it was picked off by the defensive end, who made a fantastic play on the ball and returned it for a touchdown. The next possession saw the Hawks drive the ball down the field, but Freedom Crossing sacked Pfeiffer on an attempted bootleg, causing a fumble, which was then scooped up and ran back for a touchdown. The Hawks fought hard to the end, but just couldn't overcome their mistakes. No doubt the Hawks will learn from this game as they take a 34-16 defeat. Up next, the Mill Creek Mustangs. Go Hawks! This is Tiffany reporting from the 32081 podcast.
Thank you, Tiffany. And the Swiss Point Raiders were looking for their first win of the season when they matched up against the Liberty Pines Wolves. Let's check in with Brittany to see how this battle was won.
Reporting for the 32081 Scoreboard Show from Bartram Trail High School, this is Brittany Babb. Tonight, your Swiss Point Raiders took on the LPA Wolves in a hard-fought battle to the end. The Raiders came out on top with a final score of 25-0.
Congratulations to the Raiders on getting their first victory of the season. Congratulations to the Raiders for getting their first victory of the season. And now join us on the 32081 Scoreboard Show is the quarterback for the Swiss Point Raiders, Knox Annis. How are you doing, Knox?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Thanks for joining us on the show. Really appreciate you taking the time today.
No problem.
First of all, let me ask you a couple of questions. So some parents and even kids might be a little nervous about playing football for the first time. As a player, what would you say to someone thinking about giving middle school football a shot?
They should try it because it gives them a structure for how high school sports will be, and it's fun. Just get out there and play.
Okay, so now we need some inside information on your head coach, Coach Asher. Real nice guy. I like him a lot. I've talked to him. Can you tell us what he's like as a coach and as a leader of the Raiders?
Well, he's a great coach. He helps out with the team a ton. He's always there for everyone, and he's a great role model for everybody on the team.
And the other thing we like to talk about, of course, you've got your coaches and everything that support you, which is fantastic. But what is it like to have the support? What's the importance of having the support of the cheerleaders, the students, your teachers, just the whole community coming out to support you at a game?
It just helps you calm down and focus and know that everybody's there to help you play and think through the game. Helps a lot to see everybody there.
You know, it's kind of funny you say that because you would think that everyone cheering and getting loud and stuff would actually kind of get you more amped, but actually it allows you to focus and really want to go out there and do well then, huh? That's pretty much what you're saying.
Yes, sir.
That's awesome. Okay, and the last question before I let you go. You're the quarterback of the team. What's going through your mind before a game?
How we're going to win the game.
Pretty short and simple.
That's pretty much all I have in my mind before a game.
It's just how you're going to win it. Oh, that's awesome.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, listen, Knox, we appreciate you stopping by, and we wish you luck and the entire Swiss Point Raiders team a great rest of the season.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too. Over at Cornerstone Park, the Palm Valley Bobcats were looking for their first win after a hard-fought battle against Patriot Oaks. The Bobcats were facing the Pacetti Bay JV squad, and here is head coach of the Bobcats, Tony Hodge, with the update.
Reporting for the 32081 Scoreboard Show from Cornerstone Park, this is Coach Tony from the Palm Valley Academy Bobcats. Tonight, the Bobcats took on the Pacetti Bay JV Wildcats. Using a strong ground game and timely passing, the Bobcats surged to a 30-0 halftime lead. The defense also kept up its strong play as well in the second half, and the Bobcats came out victorious 38-0. For the 32081 Scoreboard Show, this is Coach Tony from Cornerstone Park.
Thank you, Coach, for joining us on the show. And Cornerstone Park also hosted the Fruit Cove Flyers, taking on the defending middle school division champions, the Landrum Lions. Our sideline reporter, Sean Sweeney, was out at the game and brings us the recap.
This is Sean Sweeney reporting for your Fruit Cove Flyers. This week's matchup was your Fruit Cove Flyers versus the Landrum Lions. This was a tale of two halves. First half was definitely a defensive battle as Fruit Cove drove the opening drive right down the field to score 6-0. But at halftime, the score was 6-6 as Landrum came back in the second quarter to tie it up. After halftime adjustments, both teams' offensive really came out and became a shootout. In the fourth quarter, Landrum was leading the match 22-20 with 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Your Fruit Cove Flyers drove down the field to score with 40 seconds left in the game with a beautiful 45-yard pass from Harrison Letty to the back of the end zone with Marcus Hamilton making a great grab in the back of the corner of the end zone, take the lead with 40 seconds left in the ball game. And then Harris Oliver made a pick on about the 15-yard line with 20 seconds left in the game to close it out for your Fruit Cove Flyers. Davis Baldwin, just a great ball game. He had over 200 all-purpose yards with 2 TDs, 1 2-point conversion, and 1 pick in the game. Just really dominated. Flyers are 3-0 and are really in the driver's seat to make the playoffs this year. Next week is homecoming for the Flyers, and so we hope all the parents and the cheerleaders and everyone that supports the Flyers will come out and watch the game next week for homecoming against the Bastion. Go Flyers.
Thank you, Sean, and congratulations, Flyers, and best wishes on your homecoming coming up this week. Now let's shift gears over into high school and check in with Coach Pekakanis over at Nice, where Coach Strauss and the Nice Panthers hosted the Senators from Fletcher High School.
Representing the Nice Panthers football team, this is Coach Pekakanis. The Panthers lost another tough game to the Fletcher Senators tonight, 21-13. The Panthers came out slow to a tough Fletcher's offense, and the second half touchdowns by Sam Milton and Marcus Stokes to Maddox Spencer were not enough to catch the Senators. The Panthers traveled to Orange Park next week. For the 32081 Scoreboard Show, this is Coach Pekakanis from Nice High School in Ponte Vedra.
As always, thank you, Coach P, and we'll be pulling for the Nice Panthers to bring home a victory this week against Orange Park. The Ponte Vedra Sharks were circling this past week looking for their first victim of the season, and they might have found it when they traveled over to the Middleburg Broncos Stadium. Let's check in with Brady and see how the Sharks fared.
Ponte Vedra Sharks traveled to Middleburg to battle the Broncos and came out victorious with a score of 35-20. Sharks offense looked sharp with air attack touchdowns by Landon Okla scoring 2 for the day, Nathan Bunkowski with 1, and 2 rushing touchdowns by Ben Burke. The defense played sharp as they looked to play Pedro Menendez this Friday night, looking to turn another one in the win column. Thank you. This is Brady Oakley reporting.
So the Sharks will move to 1-2 on the season, and as Brady was saying, they will host Menendez. That game is this Friday at 7 o'clock. The Bears of Bartram Trail took a little trip on I-10 over to Tallahassee last Thursday night to take on Lincoln. The Bears came back home with a 24-7 victory and a 4-0 record. The Bears will host the Yellow Jackets of St. Augustine. The Yellow Jackets defeated the Pedro Menendez Falcons this past Friday, 35-7, in a district matchup. The Yellow Jackets are now 2-2 and 1-0 on district play. Kickoff for Bartram and St. Augustine is set for Friday night at 7 o'clock. The 2-1 Tocoi Toros were looking to add another victory to their resume when they faced Ridgeview. The Toros came out on the better side of a lopsided score, winning the game 60-10. That's right, 60-10. The Toros will now travel to take on Clay this Friday night at 7 o'clock. The Creekside Knights suffered their first loss of the season when they hosted Buchholz. Another high-scoring game for the Knights, but the final score was 41-48 in favor of Buchholz. The Knights will now travel to the 3-1 Mandarin Mustangs, who defeated Atlantic Coast 30-0. Kickoff for that game is set for 6:30 on Friday. While the Beachside Barracudas were off this week, we did receive a late score following our last show in regards to the game against Christchurch. The Barracudas improved their record on the season to 2-1 with a 34-24 victory. They will head over to Ridgeview this Friday night for a 7 o'clock kickoff. And those are your football scores for the area. Thank you for listening, and please don't forget to subscribe to the show on your streaming platform of choice. I'm Todd, and thank you for listening to the Scoreboard Show on the 32081.
Thank you for listening to the 32081. We hope you enjoyed today's episode.
I love the show, guys. You're awesome.
Please don't forget to subscribe to the show so you can join us for the next episode.
I never miss an episode. It's the best.
Until next time, take care.